Hello everyone, this is Dave here at Moonride. Today I'm going to channel on wildfires in California. Many of you have contacted me and said they're very concerned about this. So I've also been told that this is the right time to channel on this. So let's take a look and see. Hmm. Okay, I am seeing fires right up to the beach, actually. Maybe this means we're in California. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Some of the fires will be actually more inland, closer to desert communities. Santa Rosa, perhaps some fires, but it seems protected. Like it's not nearly severe because some of these fires have burned out the grasses already, so it's not severe. Where is that? What am I seeing here? Yeah, difficulty with doing fires is I can't tell. I see places, but I don't know what county it is or where it is exactly. Let's see. Can you tell me, Great Spirit, exactly where will these fires be? Well, where will the worst fires be? What am I looking at? Okay, I get the feeling Santa Barbara might be one place. And I'm just going to go up the coast here for let's. Why don't we start in Southern California? So the very southern tip, maybe even south of San Diego, looks like there's some fires near the water, near the ocean. Is it San Diego I'm seeing? The mountains above San Diego are in great risk of fires. They will reach some portions of the city of Los Angeles. There might be fires near the Hollywood sign, for example. There will be this looks quite grim. There will be some really tough fires around Los Angeles. On the outskirts of Los Angeles, very much so. A few fires near the water, near some forests that are like state park type places. These places are getting drier and drier. That places with drier pine trees because they're just not getting enough water and they're just starting to like just become tinder for this fire. If I were to advise the California government, I would say get rid of the trees that are not healthy. The only way we're going to preserve these forests if we chop down the trees that are basically just tinder waiting to happen. There's no way that we will in the future. There's no way we will be able to maintain these forests if we do not go in and just chop out the junk. And it may not even be organic. But we will not save these forests unless we start to be real caretakers of them in a sense of taking out what is not needed. Yeah, the water's drying up. California should be prepared for major droughts. The rivers are drying up. It's really burning. Okay, now we're getting to the more northern places. Let's try the middle of California. Um, I do see some fires as well. I think I'm looking at Paso Robles, near Paso Robles. Okay, we're getting up to the Bay Area here. Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz looks okay, actually. It's not so bad. But San Francisco, again, not so bad. The city itself is protected, but yeah, north of San Francisco does not look great. This is a real hot place. It's not looking good. It's just becoming an environmental issue that the trees don't have enough water anymore. These tall trees need fog, and they're not getting enough fog to they're not, the moisture is not going into these trees, and they're just essentially fields of tinder, real fields of tinder. There's a great risk that California could lose. All of its just environmental resources are just going to really be impacted by the next century. This is a reading actually for a long-term reading. It's not just for this season, right? And this is what I've seen for this season so far. And I see really not good things for Northern California. And I can't tell you exactly where in Northern California. People who didn't lose homes in the last fire may lose homes in this fire. This is the worst place. This is the Northern California. It's what I am most worried about as I'm looking at it. It's just a lot of devastation. Now it looks mostly like it's forest, but that's just it's just a really bad sign for the future. And that's the real message here, everyone. It's not just these homes that we're going to lose this season. It's just not these forests that we're going to lose this season. This is a real attack on our state by the environmental forces, and frankly, it's going to be up to us to fight. We're going to have to get out there, and California is going to have to be at the forefront of the battle to protect its environment. We're going to have to be very, very active in this regard. And fires will be even extending into Oregon this time around. And that's one thing that's going to help us. I mean, it's like, hello, Oregon, maybe you guys might want to consider some more progressive attitudes, because it's going to start cutting through those forests too, and it's going to get worse and worse. California will survive, but California will only survive if it becomes very vocal in its demand for protection of their environment. The good thing about these fires is that California will be the warriors on the forefront, just for practical reasons. It's a practical life or death situation. You want to be a rancher in California? Well, you can't be a rancher if there's no water and no trees. That's just not going to work. And yeah, you do have to spend some of the water that you're using to feed your plants. That's going to go to fighting these fires. And if you want to survive, we're all going to have to work together, Republican, Democrat, Independent, and we're all going to have to collectively join forces and stop the environmental degradation that is really coming from, other states. It is not California that's doing these things. It is other states that are, ignoring the problem and refusing to deal with the problem. The irony, of course, is that some of those states will also be very badly affected. Texas, for example, will be, again, very badly affected. And all along the South, so Texas, everywhere in the South, and I should say Southwest, even like Utah and stuff, it just does not look good. Hmm. Whatever you can do to prevent fires, you know, where you live is great. So, if there are excess brush on your land, if there are dying trees, if you haven't planted a green and lush garden, perhaps with natives that don't take so much water, that's what we need to do right now. In every California, it's going to become like a law that you have to get rid of excess wood, that you have to plant green stuff in your yard. It's going to become mandatory, and it's becoming mandatory because that's those are the only choices we have. We have to get on this, people. We have to keep going. We have to do it. It's not optional. It's survival. And we'll do it. We will do it, but it's going to be work. I mean, it's going to be out of the ashes. And don't expect any help from Washington. We'll get it because we demand it, not because Washington helps us. Washington is going to completely turn its back on us. They just don't give a damn about us. And we're going to really have to fight a fight to get them to pay attention. So we will be the future leaders of this movement to stop fires, just to protect our planet. And it'll come back. It will come back. It'll take some time. We'll have to fight, but it'll come back. It will be the state that we know. And the beauty of this place, the beauty of California and Oregon, the beauty of those places will return. It just needs to be valued. All right. I hope that was helpful. And to anybody who has been affected by fire, my heart goes out to you. I want to send all the protection and love that I can get. We really do want to offer you hope and sympathy. Thanks so much.